To this day. Deontay Wilder status. To this day. They still finding bodies. All these people were buried under the rubble. All these people were buried under things. And then you're telling us, oh, forget about it. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It was just a little massacre. Forget about it. But 9/11, do you forget about 9/11? do you forget? Do you forget, brother? Do you forget? Never forget. You never forget. Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, never forget the atrocities that your oppressor has done against you.
Right.
Never forget the trauma and the hurt and the pain and the agony of your people that were destroyed by these oppressors. See, you forgetting these things is the reason why your oppressor can give you drugs. Is the reason why your oppressors can tell you to love them and you actually do it. You forgetting these things is the reason why we are still in hell. We know hell is a condition, but we're still in a lower state because we are trusting people that never deserved our trust. These same people that unalived your ancestors to the point where you still are finding bodies and bones. If they go back to that, I'm telling you, if they go back to that land and actually dig deep and try to dig it up, you know what they'll find? They'll find over 300 people that's down there. You know, they want to estimate between 100 and 300. Nah. Go really go see. And don't try to suppress the count that you find. Is that it on that, brother?
Come on, sir.
Let's go to the next one. That's just one of the many cities that was destroyed. The many towns that were destroyed. Salaki. Go ahead, go to the next one, brother.
Khan. This is the Rosewood Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
The Rosewood Massacre was a racially motivated attack in January 1920 on the predominantly African-American town of Rosewood, Florida. White mobs destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation that a black man had assaulted a white woman in a nearby Sumner.
Brother, you got to watch out for them white tears. Our people got to watch out for them white tears, see. You saying that a massacre occurred because a woman falsely accused someone of doing something. A brother of color was falsely accused by a Caucasian woman, and a massacre happened behind it? You see what these white tears will do? But they don't care about our tears. They don't care about our people because at the end of the day, it's about them. So the Rosewood Massacre started behind an accusation. What you got?
If I may add, this is also in the 1920s. 2 years after what happened in Tulsa.
Yeah. Brother, keep going.
Calm. White mobs destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation that a black man had assaulted a white woman in a nearby Sumner.
Man, it seemed like they gangsters. You know how they always try to say we're thugs and we're gangsters, right?
They chimping out.
We're chimping out. That's what they try to call us, right? It seems like they're chimping out. See, the thing about it is you want to say, oh, they're gangsters, they're thugs and all that. It seems like y'all are real thugs. And we're not saying thugs in the way that people want to say, oh, this is the good thing of being a thug. No. Y'all had mobs come through hurting innocent people See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we try to protect our people. If you see mobs coming down, it's because what? It's a situation arising. But because this lady said something happened, then what happened? They had white mobs do what?
Destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation.
After a what?
False accusation.
So this wasn't even something that was actually proven, but it was something that was falsely said, right? A false accusation, something that was not proven to be true. They destroyed all them homes, unalived people, and did everything that they could. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you know anything about Rosewood, Rosewood was a successful black city.
It was a what?
Successful black city with flourishing businesses.
Brother.
We loved each other and low violence.
Brother, see, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. When it comes down to it, all these things are happening to thriving towns and cities. You don't see the play? Everywhere that blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians were thriving in. See, these were the places that they had to come and do their thing at. That's where just so happened these are the places that had to be destroyed. Right? What you got? Go ahead, you can keep reading.
How come? The event erased the town and remained largely hidden from U.S. history for decades.
Keep going.
The 1923 violence.
Mm-hmm.
The crisis began January 1st when Fannie Taylor of Sumner claimed an unnamed black man had assaulted her without evidence. Mobs.
What?
A unnamed black man had assaulted her.
Okay. And you know what? See, a lot of times we don't call out the people for their crimes. What was that lady's name again?
Fannie Taylor.
See, the ancestors and the people that is associated with that lady, it's your fault. We should not want to deal with nobody like that. She sat here and lied on a black man and caused a whole massacre. Why wasn't she put in jail? Why wasn't she unalived like our people were unalived? Why did nothing happen? Because it goes right back to the scripture. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That oppressor sat here and caused a massacre. And you know what? She was held not guilty. Keep going.
Come. Without evidence, some drawn from a KKK rally.
From a what rally?
From a KKK rally.
Mm-hmm.
Blamed and recently escaped black blame a recently escaped black prisoner and search Rosewood.
Without evidence.
Without evidence.
Without evidence. They just blamed the black prisoner that got out. They just blamed. They didn't even know if the dude actually did it or not. They said it was an unnamed black man. And they found out that they escaped prison. So it had to be him. So what did they do? The white mobs from the KKK rally. What did they do? Go ahead, read.
Blamed a recently escaped black prisoner and searched Rosewood.
Keep going.
Over the next week, white vigilantes lynched residents Sam Carter and members of the Carrier family, burned homes, and shot people fleeing the fires.
So you telling me you don't know who you looking for. So you know what you decide to do? Go into people's homes, drag them out, lynch them, set a blaze of fire to their home, and when they're running, trying to get to safety, oh, you shooting them down. And they call us thugs. They call us hooligans. They're the real hooligans. They're the real thugs. They're sitting here unaliving our people based off of an accusation with no evidence. Keep reading.
Come. By January 7th, the town was razed. Its black population dispersed forever.
Brother, understand. It said it was raised. See, it wasn't raised up. It wasn't raised up to be better. No, this word, the definition of that word raised means to be hewed down, to be destroyed. All because somebody lied. We don't see a problem with that. But you want to be hand in hand with these people. You want to live in their society. You want to be just like them. Why? You don't think that this is the same thing that could happen right now? You don't think somebody else could lie and say that something happened and we deal with another Rosewood massacre? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, they do lie. You see what happened with that brother that played, what's his name, in Marvel? What's that brother name? Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
He's a prime example. She lied on him, chased him down the block. He ran from her, and yet was still found guilty.
Brother, one of these days, our people are going to sit here and see this. And we're going to see what it is. And we're going to stop loving the oppressor and really love ourselves enough to, what? Depart away from them. See, we have been so trained and conditioned to love these people to the point where they can do no wrong against us and we turn our backs on them. They can't do no wrong. In the society, in the world that we live in, we've been trained by these churches to love our oppressors to the point of death. What you got?
If I may, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Yep.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Brother, do you not understand that they are showing themselves? It's being revealed. See, but you know what? Our people don't see it as it being revealed. They don't see the falling away. They don't see none of those things that the Bible is talking about. It said, be not deceived. What? What else did it say, you grown? It said, be not deceived.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. See, we have a keen eye when it comes down to our own people when we having conversations, man. Right. A black person can't tell you anything and you gonna believe it. But you so let that oppressor tell you anything and you just cleave on to it. Right. The Bible told you, be not deceived. But you know what you do every single time that you love and cleave onto your oppressor? You're being deceived. Oh, but there's some good white people out here. There's some good oppressors. No, do you understand? They're oppressors. Oh, there's some good Chinese people out here. No. Let Kim Jong-un and all them and Sung Hong and all them, let them get mad at one of your women up in that beauty supply, taking too long to look at her hair that she want to get from the beauty supply and watch them and how they act towards her. Let you be on the phone too loud at a nail salon and watch all of a sudden how that little Asian or Vietnamese lady cutting to your cuticle a little too hard. Let you be $1 short on your pay that you got to pay them out and watch them lock the doors and beat you senseless. We got to understand this. The Lord is showing you who the oppressor really is. Back then, and he's giving you the knowledge right now. You got to decide to listen to the Lord. Let's go on to the next one.
Come. This is the Elaine Massacre. The Elaine Massacre was a racially motivated mass killing that took place from September 30th to October 7th, 1919, around in Elaine, Arkansas. It was one of the deadliest incidents of racial violence in U.S. history, with estimates of black deaths ranging from 100 to more than 500. The attack reflected deep racial and economic tensions in the Jim Crow Delta and led to a landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling on due process.
Keep going. The violence. What was the violence like?
The violence. Over the following week, white mobs and about 500 U.S. soldiers dispatched by Governor Charles Braw swept the country. They hunted black residents in fields, homes, and swamps, indiscriminately killing men, women, and children, while only a handful of white men died. Hundreds of African Americans were murdered or jailed. Approximately 122 people were indicted. 12 were swiftly sentenced to death.
So in the Elaine Massacre, again, it was a racially motivated. It was racially motivated, a racially motivated attack against blacks. They went so deep into it that they went to the swamps to try to find you. They said we gotta find these Negroes any way, shape, form, or fashion. Go to their homes, go to their churches, go to the businesses, go to the swamps. Brother, didn't they say that they were cunning hunters, the oppressor?
Right, sir.
They gonna find a way to get you. But we don't understand that who we dealing with and the things that they are trying to do against us. This massacre that happened right here, it wasn't because of anything that really caused for it. It was just a racially motivated man hunt, woman hunt. I want to get these people out the way. I want to cut down their lineage and their bloodlines for nothing at all. What if we were like them? Do you know what would happen? And this is why we don't never sit here and tell black people or Hispanics or Native Indians, turn on the oppressor and start trying to do the same things that they did to you, to them. Because you know what would happen if we were trying to do that? They would call the National Guard. They called the National Guard on us in Houston just because we had a George Floyd march for George Floyd. They had the National Guard down here, all with riot gear, waiting for something to happen. Just think if we were just, what if the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were deputized to go after the oppressor? Your oppressor wouldn't know what to do. They will call us. See, this is one thing that I always ask blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that sit here and tell me that nobody is, like, everybody's not bad. Everybody's not. Okay, I have a question. If you ask a white person, a Caucasian person, if these things happened to them and their ancestors, would you still trust these people? that did these crimes against your people? When I've asked, it was no. I wouldn't be what? Why would I talk to them knowing what they did to my people? So you telling me an oppressor has more sense than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? I think not. But they care about their people more than we care about ours. And that's the problem. We don't care about our people enough to sit here and be like, you know what? The hell we're trying to be with them. Because at the end of the day, what they did to our people will never be forgotten.
Right.
What they did to our people, there's not enough sorries and reparations to cover the things that y'all did to our people. Brother, there ain't enough boot kisses in the world. I don't care if we get 25 boot kisses in one day. It's still not enough, brother,
right,
to cover all the lynchings and unalivings that y'all did. Of course they still doing this. You want to know why? Because they hold themselves not guilty to the crimes that they commit against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They can lynch our people. They can hurt our people. They can wrongfully arrest our people, and nothing is done to them because the government is backing them. It happened then, and it's happening now. When are you going to see the play, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? When are we going to say enough is enough? You know what? We can go back to segregation. We can separate ourselves from them. We can build our own cities, build our own towns. You can build a wall. You can do whatever you need to do, but we don't have to give our money to them. What you have, brother?
Salaka, sir. This is a slight sidebar, but I can't stand the fact that through everything you bringing out now, knowing this all happened to us, a black man would still lay down with a white woman.
Brother, you know, I didn't even want to think about that part. You want to know why? I seen on social media, and this is probably the thing that's gonna hurt me the most. This is gonna cut me the most right now. All right, there was a brother in Austin, Texas. You know that's my city, right? All right, this brother was with a Caucasian lady, right? And they were walking down 6th Street. Somebody pulled the brother over and be like, man, hey, brother, how you gonna be that? How you gonna go against your race like that? What if her ancestors enslaved your ancestors? And you know what the brother had the nerve to say? That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what happened back then. I don't care. So, brother, you gonna still sit here and lay with this devil? He was like, shoot, is what it is. And then they panned over to her face, and she was like, hey, brother, let me tell you something. And that's the craziest thing right there. All these things is being said, and you know what? On social media, the people that's going to watch this class, there's going to be some people that agree with it, and there's going to be some people that tell us that we're crazy for even talking about it. There's going to be some people that's going to tell us, why don't you let this go? Why are we still talking about this? It was just so long ago. But see, the thing about it is, do y'all ever let go of the Holocaust? Do y'all let go of that? 9/11 was how long ago? Do y'all let go of 9/11? Oh, they still got a Memorial Day. Didn't they just celebrate that yesterday? That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, brother.
So, like, if I may, I mean, if that's the case, so what your son died in Afghanistan? So what your son died in Iraq?
Yeah.
It happened 20 years ago. Get over it.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up out of bootstraps.
That's what they need to do. That's what needs to happen. The same way blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians need to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. All these Caucasian tears and all these holidays that's given and all these memorials and all this, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Stop crying about these things. Stop having people blow the horn. No. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Act like it never happened. Like the same way you want us to act like none of this ever happened. Act like, you know what? You want to know what the craziest thing is? I wish that some of the things that happened to our ancestors happened to them. I want to know how they would feel if one of their ancestors were hung and lynched over a pit of wood that was stacked up like a teepee and set ablaze, and as everybody else watched him be set on fire as he's screaming, "No! No!" And you hear his skin popping like fireworks. Because that's what happened to our people. What would you do if it happened to yours? That's why I want to know for the Caucasian, for our oppressor, for the people that tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and forget about what happened through slavery because it happened so long ago. What if that happened to your people? What if your people were unalive for selling loose cigarettes? What if your people were unalive for having an iced tea and some Skittles? What if your people were unalive because you had a boiling pan of hot water on the stove, and because it dropped and because you were moving too quickly, somebody popped you dead in your head, and now you sitting here gone? What if that happened to your family and somebody told you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and keep going? How would you feel? This is why our oppressor could never tell me how to feel. He could never tell me how to move forward. His sorries and his apologies don't matter. It ain't enough of them. Because at the end of the day, it's just words. We're seeing your actions right here. Through all these massacres, we're seeing your actions, and your words are saying sorry, but your body language, your actions is showing that you just don't give a damn. Is that it on that massacre? You had something?
Yeah, Con, sir. I just wanted to go back to what you said. What if it happened to them? I mean, they couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? They can't go through the same pressure we go through. They fold under the pressure of and not being able to pay the light bill. They unalive their whole family behind that.
Brother, do you know that there were so many people that jumped off the building through the Great Depression?
What was it called? The stock market crash. What they did?
The Great Depression.
2000, early 2000.
Man, what was it called in the early 2000s when the stock market crashed and everybody hopped off the building? Talking about they couldn't take it no more. They just started flying off the building. Brother,
I don't even remember.
I cannot remember what they called it. Yeah.
Hey man, you lose your job.
If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we lose our job. We putting in job applications. We're gonna be around here like, say fam, you don't know nobody that hiring right now, man? Yeah, these people tripping, man. I done lost my job. And you don't see us going around here hopping off a building. Bro. That's what I'm saying. The oppressor, see, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Look, man, you know it, brother. Man, we need a lot of them to be like Trevor off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man, Salakia. Salakia. Hey, brother. But this is the thing, man. as a people, we gotta have to change. We gotta choose us over everybody else, man.
Right.
We gotta love one another enough to say, you know what? I'm here for my black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
That's right.
They're my brothers. They're my sisters. They're my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right.
And when they say, who are Israelites? See, those Israelites, y'all have to learn how to love. We have to learn how to love one another better than what we're doing right now. The oppressor loves other oppressors more than they care about us. And they're showing it. That's why they're thriving right now. They're thriving because they know who to hate and who to love. We're at the bottom because we don't know who to hate and who to love. We are being destroyed because we have a lack of knowledge when it comes down to dealing with these